My beloved child. Stop scrolling for a moment. There is a reason these words found you today. You were not led here by chance. Something is about to unfold in this story that almost no one expected, and before it is over, you will understand why every moment mattered. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. There was a quiet moment when your special person believed they finally understood who you were. Piece by piece, they had been building a picture of your heart. They admired your kindness, your patience, and the strength you carried even through difficult seasons. But while they were holding on to those thoughts, someone else was preparing to tell a completely different story. It was a man from your past. No one expected him to appear. No one expected him to speak. Yet when the opportunity arrived, he began revealing memories that had been buried for a long time. His words sounded confident. They sounded convincing. Every sentence carried enough detail to make anyone stop and wonder what was true and what was not. Your special person listened in complete silence. The more they heard, the heavier their heart became. Questions filled their mind faster than answers. They wanted to believe the version of you they had come to know, but the unexpected stories from the past created a storm of uncertainty. Their smile slowly disappeared, replaced by a silence they couldn't explain. Don't skip. Because what happened next changed everything. That man believed he was revealing the whole truth, but there was something he never realized. He only knew fragments of the journey. He remembered moments without understanding why they happened. He saw chapters but never read the entire story. What he shared sounded complete, yet important pieces were missing. Your special person didn't interrupt him. Instead, they watched every expression. Every pause. Every hesitation. They noticed small details that no one else noticed. Sometimes people reveal more through what they leave unsaid than through the words they actually speak. That realization planted the first seed of doubt. As the conversation ended, your special person walked away carrying emotions they had never expected to feel. Their heart felt heavy. They weren't angry. They weren't disappointed. They were simply overwhelmed, wondering how two completely different versions of the same person could exist at once. Stay till the end. Because the greatest revelation has not arrived yet. That night became unusually quiet. While everyone else continued with their routine, your special person couldn't stop replaying every sentence in their mind. They remembered your laughter. They remembered your kindness. They remembered the moments when your actions spoke louder than words. Then another thought entered their heart. What if I only heard one side? That single question refused to disappear. It echoed through every memory they had shared with you. Suddenly, things that once seemed ordinary became incredibly meaningful. Every encouraging word you had spoken. Every thoughtful gesture. Every silent sacrifice. None of it matched the image the man from your past had tried to create. The puzzle no longer fit together. And when puzzles don't fit, wise hearts keep searching. Don't skip. Something huge is waiting for you. Far away, without realizing it, you continued living your life. You had no idea that someone from your past had reopened old chapters. You had no idea another heart was quietly carrying questions that only time could answer. Yet heaven sees every hidden conversation, every misunderstanding, every moment when appearances try to replace truth. Sometimes life allows confusion to appear. Not to destroy a meaningful connection, but to reveal how strong it truly is. Anyone can believe during easy moments. Real trust is discovered when unexpected voices try to rewrite the story. Your special person stood at that very crossroads. One path invited them to accept everything they had heard without another thought. The other invited them to remember who you had consistently shown yourself to be. One decision would change everything. The room was silent. The night grew deeper. And somewhere inside their heart, a quiet realization was beginning to grow stronger than every accusation they had heard. They whispered to themselves, "There must be more to this story." That single sentence became the beginning of something neither of you could have imagined. Stay till the end. Because the next chapter reveals what your special person discovers when they begin searching for the truth instead of believing the first story they were told. A quiet decision was made before sunrise, and almost no one noticed it. Yet that single decision would begin changing everything. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. Your special person could no longer ignore the questions that had settled deep within their heart. The words spoken by the man from your past continued echoing in their mind, but something refused to let them accept those words as the complete truth. Every memory they shared with you seemed brighter than the story they had been told. Every act of kindness, every patient conversation, every moment of genuine care stood against the picture someone else had tried to paint. The more they remembered you, the less the old story made sense. They sat quietly, replaying every conversation they had ever shared with you. Suddenly, details they had overlooked became impossible to ignore. Your honesty had never sounded rehearsed. Your compassion had never looked forced. Even your silence had always carried peace instead of confusion. Don't skip. Because this is where everything begins to change. Instead of believing the first voice they heard, your special person decided to search for the missing pieces. They realized that every story has more than one chapter, and no chapter should be judged without reading the rest of the book. That choice became the turning point. As they reflected more deeply, they noticed something remarkable. The man from your past had spoken endlessly about yesterday, while everything they had personally experienced with you belonged to today. The past explained where you had been. Your present revealed who you had become. That realization touched their heart more deeply than they expected. Sometimes people remember an old version of someone without realizing how much life has transformed them. Sometimes yesterday becomes louder than today. But wisdom listens to both before reaching a conclusion. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. The following day brought another unexpected moment. Your special person came across something completely unplanned. It wasn't a dramatic event. It wasn't a grand announcement. It was something simple, quiet, and genuine. They witnessed the way you treated someone who could offer you nothing in return. There were no cameras. No audience. No reason to impress anyone. Yet your kindness remained exactly the same. That single moment shattered another piece of the story they had been told. They quietly thought to themselves, if this is who they are when no one is watching, then perhaps I haven't heard the truth after all. Their heart began choosing experience over rumor. Memory over assumption. Reality over speculation. Don't skip. Because the biggest discovery hasn't arrived yet. Later that evening, another forgotten detail returned to their mind. They remembered something you had once said almost casually. The past teaches us, but it doesn't have permission to define us. At the time, those words sounded ordinary. Now they carried extraordinary meaning. Your special person realized those weren't just beautiful words. They were the way you had been living your life all along. Without announcing it. Without demanding recognition. Without asking anyone to notice. Character always speaks louder than explanation. That truth settled deeply into their heart. For the first time since hearing the man's story, peace slowly replaced confusion. Not complete peace. But enough peace to keep searching instead of walking away. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. There was still one unanswered question. Why had the man from your past chosen this exact moment to speak? Why now? Why after so much time? The timing itself became another mystery. The more your special person reflected on it, the more they realized that unexpected stories often appear just before something meaningful is about to happen. Life has a way of testing trust right before revealing clarity. Without realizing it, they had reached a quiet conclusion. I won't let someone else's memories erase everything I've seen with my own eyes. Those words became stronger than every doubt. Those words became stronger than every rumor. Those words became stronger than fear itself. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Because the next chapter reveals the one hidden truth the man from your past never expected your special person to discover, and that discovery changes the entire story forever. Everything seemed settled, until one final piece of the story quietly appeared. No one planned for it. No one expected it. Yet that single moment carried more truth than every conversation that had come before. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. Your special person had spent days separating facts from assumptions, memories from reality, and opinions from personal experience. Little by little, the confusion that once filled their heart had begun to disappear. But one question still remained. What was the man from your past truly hoping to accomplish? The answer did not arrive through another conversation. It arrived through observation. Your special person noticed something they had completely overlooked before. Every story the man shared focused only on who you used to be. Not once did he mention the person you had become. Not once did he speak about your growth, your maturity, your compassion, or the quiet strength you now carried. That silence revealed more than his words ever could. Don't skip. Because this is where the hidden truth finally begins to surface. Your special person slowly realized that people sometimes remember someone through old memories because they never witnessed the transformation that happened afterward. They hold tightly to yesterday, unaware that today's character has become something entirely different. Then another realization followed. The person standing before them today was not defined by old chapters. You were defined by every choice you continued making now. Every kind word. Every thoughtful action. Every patient response. Every moment of quiet integrity. Those things could not be invented. They had been witnessed personally. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. Late that evening, your special person found themselves smiling for the first time since everything had begun. It wasn't because every question had already been answered. It was because their heart had finally stopped listening to fear. Instead, it had started listening to truth. They remembered countless moments when you encouraged others without expecting anything in return. They remembered the calmness you brought into difficult situations. They remembered how you treated every person with respect, whether anyone noticed or not. Those memories became stronger than every rumor. Those experiences became stronger than every accusation. Those moments became stronger than every doubt. Don't skip. Because the biggest emotional moment is still ahead. Then something unexpected happened. Your special person quietly whispered your name and realized something that completely changed their perspective. If everything I personally know is genuine, why should someone else's unfinished memories decide my future? That single thought lifted an enormous weight from their heart. For the first time, they no longer felt trapped between two different stories. They finally understood that trust is not built by listening to strangers. Trust is built through consistent actions. And your actions had never stopped speaking. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. As the days passed, the influence of the man from your past slowly faded away. His words became quieter. Your character became louder. Your consistency became clearer. Your kindness became impossible to ignore. Without realizing it, your special person had already made an important decision. They would no longer judge you through borrowed memories. They would know you through their own journey with you. That decision brought peace where confusion had once lived. It brought hope where uncertainty had once remained. And it opened a brand new chapter that neither of you had expected. If this story has touched your heart so far, remember to share it with someone who believes that people can grow, and if you're enjoying this journey, subscribing helps you stay with every chapter that follows. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Because the next chapter reveals the one conversation your special person has been quietly preparing for, a conversation that finally brings hidden feelings into the light and changes everything they believed about your future together. The silence could not last forever. Every unanswered question was leading toward one unforgettable conversation, and the moment had finally arrived. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. Your special person had carried countless thoughts without speaking them aloud. They had replayed every memory, weighed every word, and compared every rumor against every genuine moment they had experienced with you. At last, they reached a decision. They would no longer search for answers in someone else's voice. They wanted the truth directly from you. As they prepared for that conversation, something unexpected happened inside their heart. The sadness they had been carrying slowly transformed into quiet hope. They realized they were no longer afraid of what they might hear. Instead, they were ready to understand the complete story. Don't skip. Because the next few moments change everything. When they finally stood before you, there was no anger in their eyes. There was no accusation. There was only honesty. For a brief moment, neither of you spoke. Sometimes silence says more than 1,000 sentences. Then your special person gently asked the question that had been resting in their heart ever since the man from your past appeared. I've heard stories about who you used to be, but I want to know who you are today. Everything became still. The world around you seemed to pause. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. You didn't rush to defend yourself. You didn't try to erase the past. Instead, you smiled with quiet humility and admitted that life had taught you lessons no one could have explained for you. You spoke about growth instead of perfection. You spoke about gratitude instead of regret. You spoke about becoming someone who values honesty, kindness, and peace every single day. Your words were simple. But they were real. Every sentence carried the weight of experience rather than the sound of rehearsed explanations. Your special person noticed something remarkable. Your eyes never looked away. Your voice never changed. Your peace never disappeared. At that very moment, they understood something that no rumor could ever replace. Truth has a calmness that cannot be imitated. Don't skip. Because the greatest realization is still ahead. The stories from your past suddenly became much smaller than the person standing before them. They realized they had almost allowed yesterday's memories to overshadow today's reality. But reality was impossible to ignore. You had become someone entirely different through patience, wisdom, and quiet growth. That realization lifted every remaining doubt. Your special person smiled. Not because the past had disappeared, but because they finally understood that your past had prepared you to become the person you are today. Sometimes the most beautiful people are not those who never made mistakes. They are the ones who learned from every chapter and chose to become better. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. Then your special person said something they had been holding back from the very beginning. I almost believed someone else's version of you. But then I remembered how you've always treated me. Those words meant more than either of you expected. They weren't just speaking about one conversation. They were choosing trust over uncertainty. Experience over assumption. Hope over fear. That choice became the true turning point. In that moment, the influence of the man from your past quietly faded into the background. His words no longer carried the same weight. Your character had become the louder voice. Don't skip. Because one final surprise remained. As the conversation came to an end, your special person realized this unexpected challenge had done something neither of you could have imagined. It hadn't broken your connection. It had revealed its strength. A bond built only on easy moments can disappear quickly. A bond tested by misunderstanding, and strengthened by truth, becomes far more valuable. They walked away with complete peace, knowing they had chosen to believe what they had personally witnessed instead of what they had merely heard. And deep inside their heart, one quiet thought remained. The greatest chapter of this story isn't behind us. It's just beginning.